Cursed Child! The eighth story, 19 years later. Okay, so just so we can level set about, how excited I was for this book, I was not one of those people that ran out to the bookstore at midnight the day that it came out and was like, okay, I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna devour it in half a second, and it's gonna become part of everything about me because I'm such, a fan of the Harry Potter universe that it's just gonna, magically make everything better and I'm gonna relive all of my childhood fantasies through Harry Potter again. No. I mean, I was low-key, I was pretty hyped for this book. I was pretty hyped to read it, but, I was not, my expectations were not, up here, set. That being said, I didn't like it. That's pretty obvious by this point. It's, okay. But, I'm not so angered by it and angered that it exists and is part of the official Harry Potter canon now that I'm, holding a grudge against everything that it stands for. It happened. Okay? Okay, guys, it happened. That's what we're gonna say. It happened. The story to me felt woefully underdeveloped, not really fleshed out, very hurried, and, the universe just wasn't as rich as any of the Harry Potter books, not even a fraction of as rich and engaging as any of those books. And it's not the fact that it's a play. I feel like I need to clear this up because I'm not saying, oh, the Harry Potter books, they were novels, they had this, perfect platform to be super rich and engaging and have all of these things in them that, draw you in, and a play doesn't have that. That's not what I'm saying at all. It might come off like that, but no, actually, I have had a play that I've fallen head over heels in love with, read it, and it just, 100% nothing about it that I would change. If you're interested in what play that was, leave me a little comment and I'll do a video on that. But no, it's not the fact that it's a play. It's just the fact that J.K. Rowling didn't write this herself. J.K., bless her soul, she can create some immersive universes. I don't know how she does this. She has a gift, okay? But she decided, let's do something fun. Let's do something nostalgic. Let's do something 19 years later. Let's make it different. Let's make it a play. And let's co-author it. Okay, I mean, I don't want to blame the other authors of this book. Who is it? Jack Thorne guy, and I don't know if John Tiffany actually wrote anything in here, but my point is, it's not about, her delegating the work to these other people and they weren't, good writers or whatever it is. It's just, they clearly don't have the same connection with the characters that she had, and they can't pull it off in the same way. That's my theory as to why this really fell flat, but, there are multiple theories out there. Now, one thing that really struck me as surprising is, it's hard. It's hard to find a time travel narrative to be so boring and so flat. Like that really takes effort, honestly. That takes effort to make that story so boring. But somehow this was, and, it had some themes of, how the past is very fragile, and, the present is the present, and all of these things that were kind of reminiscent for me of Ray Bradbury's A Sound of Thunder. That was interesting, but they did not flesh that out in a way that, really made it a present theme, and it ended up being, you might as well have not even included that, but then again, it was the main plot point, so what I'm saying is this book may as well have never existed. Anyway, so, second thing that I want to talk about, it's 19 years later. These characters have had some time to develop and grow and all of these things, and, Rowling and co. had this golden opportunity to show us how the relationships matured, right? Everyone who's critiquing this play and is giving it, good remarks is always, exalting how it shows real human relationships and it shows real familial relationships. So, okay, so I was looking for that just a little bit because, that's what any normal person would look for. We ended off the book, Ron and Hermione were married, Ginny and Harry were married. How did that end up going? How did it, Rowling? Because I still don't know. The relationships did not evolve at all. Ron was delegated to be the sidekick again. He had 3 jokes in the entire play, and that was his character. That was it. Okay, cool. Harry and Ginny still had the same non-existent chemistry that they had in the books, and the movies. It was probably more non-existent in the movies than the books, but, it's even more non-existent in this play, so yes. Joanne, we realize, we get it, that you wish that Harry and Hermione had ended up, you regret not writing it that way, but you didn't. Grow up. There were actual characters that evolved and the canon evolved with them that ended up in relationships. Okay? Can you please show us a little something there? There's merit to that. I know that there's merit to that. You know that there's merit to that. Why on earth are you still dwelling on the past, leaving the most strong and interested, fleshed out characters being Harry and Hermione? Somehow Ginny and Ron just kind of fit into that, like... One thing I will acknowledge, for a play that was supposed to be 100% fan service, of course you didn't live up to it, but there were 2 little bits of fan service, so congrats to that. They are, and spoiler warning, mute this for 5 seconds if you haven't read it yet, number 1, the Mary Sue of Voldemort's daughter. Genius, I can't believe you included that, like, wow, it blew my mind. Number 2, Scorpius and Rose, like, the most shipped next-gen couple. I love it. I just, cute, okay? Like, cute. Like, totally give you props on those 2. Hilarious. You know, made me smile in a play that really just wanted to make me cry. So, yeah, that existed. You can unmute it, all those spoiler watchers out there. Final thoughts. Wish I'd never read the book, whatever, read it, moved on. Don't think that any level of good production, any good crew or cast could make this book come to life. Just me, you know, maybe it's gonna be great, probably not, but this does not mean I'm any less excited for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So when November rolls around, I'm going to be talking to you guys all about it before the movie comes out, and probably also after when the movie comes out, and I'm going to be thinking about it while I'm watching the movie, so it's just always going to be on my mind. I think it's going to be amazing. We'll see how it goes. Thank you everyone for this vlog. Bye internet!